What's up, guys? It's Jim with the Wicked TCG, bringing you guys a fun video today. Today we are actually going to be building our own pre-release decks. This is the sealed format. If you don't know, it's going to be for the pre-release. Sealed format is you basically get 6 unopened packs. You open all those packs, and then you have to make a 40 card deck out of those packs with no color restriction. So, really looking forward to pre-release, and we did make a video going over our tips and tricks to build decks and win your respective pre-release. But I want to go a little more in depth on this video, just on the deck building part. We're going to be building a deck using this pack simulator. If you can see on the top, this is optcg.gg/pack simulator. Great website to basically test out and run simulations of what you would get from packs. It's not one-to-one. It's definitely not exactly what you're going to be looking at in real life, but it's close enough. And this is going to be the resource we're using today to get our deck list. So anyway, let's just go ahead and re-roll this 5 times and see what we get from our packs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and this is going to be the cards that we have gotten here. Did we get any SRs? We got 1 Perona, which is good. Probably we'll just end up using that as a 2K. And I think that's the only SR we got, which is fine. So we're just gonna go ahead and copy to clipboard. And then if you do have the One Piece TCG simulator, you can actually just copy it right into there, and we're gonna jump into there and make this deck. All right, and we are now into the simulator here. So we're just gonna go ahead and click import deck from clipboard on the left here. It is going to import all the cards we had, and now we're gonna build this deck. So we have 72 current cards right now. We need to get this down to 40 and then add a leader. So Uta here, we do not want. Definitely a leader we aren't going to run. Definitely gonna maybe think about Inazuma, Ivankov, possibly. The big 6/8 vanillas like this guy, guys. This you always want to keep. These are insane to play on curve. The best cards to play for the most part. We get a 2K. We're definitely keeping that. This is a 7K body, so we'll think about it. Bear King is great. This guy, not sold on, but I'm gonna wait. This could randomly come in handy, so I'm gonna not get rid of that just yet. This is on KO. Rest one of your opponent's characters at the cost of 3 or less. This card is pretty terrible. Let's get rid of that. We have a blocker. Want to keep every blocker you get, guys. Another 6/8, which is great. We have Pudding here, which can come in handy. Don't think hands are going to get too big in this mode, but just in case they do. 5/7, always want to keep that. We have a 2/3 on KO. Plays a 2 or less at the bottom of the deck. Not terrible. This Garp is fantastic. I think this is one of the cards we actually forgot to include. I almost want to call this a must-take every time because an unblockable card is just, I mean, you can win games guaranteed in this format. 6K body we'll keep. Conditional block when we're at 10 Dawn we will keep. This Reiju is completely useless. We have a 5/7, definitely going to keep that. This card, way too conditional, not going to work. A blocker, we'll keep that. Brook, definitely going to keep that. Perona 2K 100%. 4/6, we will keep that. These ices are 2Ks as well. Not a bad deck, actually. I think all of these trigger Wano characters you just want to keep, because if you actually get them off life, the value you get is like really insane. This one also plays itself, so we're going to hold off on that. We have Kawamatsu, Kikunojo, both great cards. 3/5 here, we'll keep that for now. 2K Hiyori, fantastic. Actually, didn't see that one at first. We have Hitetsu here. It's going to actually buff our Wano leader on trigger. I think we're going to try playing Yamato just for the video, so we might keep this guy. Great card here. Not a great card here, a bit too conditional. This card is really bad. We're going to get rid of that. This card is playable, so we'll keep that. This is a must keep. This card I don't really like. I'm going to get rid of that. This card is good at getting rid of blockers late game, so I'm going to keep that. Decent counter here that also draws us a card. This card is pretty terrible. Going to get rid of that. This card also not that great. Too expensive for this card, and this card does nothing. So actually not a bad deck. This is a better pool of cards than you're usually going to get. I'm not going to lie. In my prior testing, I was usually running into scenarios where I would get rid of everything that's an absolute no, and I would somehow already be under 40. So Now we're going to get rid of the cards that I was kind of iffy on. So this guy is definitely gone. What else? Saul is gone. I think we're going to get rid of this Tesoro. We have better 6K bodies in here. This Saul doesn't do anything for us. Honestly, even though we're playing Wano Leader, this card doesn't really do much. Especially if you draw it in hand, it's pretty just completely dead. And now we need to get rid of 3 more cards to get our deck down to 40. We have a decent amount of 2K counters, and we have a decent amount of bodies. I don't think we need to play this Ivankov. The Inazuma is not bad, but would I rather have a Douglas Bullet over that? This card's a little bit too situational. We can, like, technically, it's 4, set up one of your, oh, then they can't attack leader. Okay, I actually don't like this card. I thought it was just a restand. So we're going to get rid of that, and then we need to get rid of 1 more card. I think we'll get rid of this guy. And then that is going to be the deck list. And we are actually going to be bringing Kid. So let's just go ahead and throw Kid in here. And that is going to be our leader. And this is our 40-card deck. I hope showing me, breaking down step by step how I would build a deck. You keep every blocker. You keep every 2K. You keep every big vanilla. And that's basically the gist, guys. This is a pretty good list. If I had this list in my pre-release, I would be very happy. So let's go ahead and go right into the gameplay. And getting into our example game here, we are going to be going against the Legend Fupid on Yamato. So this is a leader you are definitely going to see in your pre-release, guys, if people pull it from their packs or if they have it from prior boxes that they opened. This is a great option to play against, and I'm going to show you how I would play against this right now. So at the moment, I have no... So he put me on second, which is actually good for me, I think, but I have no blockers right now, so we want a mulligan for a blocker. So we're going to do that, and we actually do find one, which is really good, and a 2K as well, which is definitely solid. So just going to play that blocker. And if he wants to attach 3 and swing 8, I will happily give him this blocker because he did not develop anything, and then we'll just be throwing down this Okiku next turn. Another thing in this game mode, guys, even if this leader wasn't double attack swinging at me, like say I'm playing against another Kid, I usually counter out early. You want to counter out of the swings that are easy to counter out of, to put it that way. So now we're definitely going to just be dropping our 4/6. So we'll swing 5 first. And we will play our Okiku. He also countered out there. So just leaving this blocker on board basically puts him in a situation where he can't just go, 5 on leader. You have to give me 2 life right now. So gonna swing 5. We're gonna go ahead and give him a 1K Yonji, I think. He's a bit too slow. I need to get Tendon to actually have him online. And for this, we're actually gonna give him this 2K, or no, I think we can give him this here. Because I would play... It does seem like he's going to play a 4-drop, actually. So I think I'm going to play Brook next turn. So I'm going to just go ahead and give him this. And yeah, there's the Arlong, which is completely fine. So at this point in time, we're just going to swing 6 here before he thinks about countering out. And then we're going to deploy Brook and send a 4 or less to the trash. So fantastic for us. So our board is really good. Board presence is the main thing in this mode, guys. It is what is going to make or break games for you. And with 2 6Ks on board against his nothing while having a blocker, we're in a great spot. And yeah, he knows it too. He's definitely thinking here. I think his best play on 7 Dawn is probably, yeah, 6K there. We will definitely just give him a 1K. And then he's actually going to play the 6/8, which is fantastic for him. So I think we're actually going to swing big here and then play the Perona and try to trash a card from his hand. So let's just go 7. We'll go that. I honestly, if I were to play a little differently, I probably would have swung 6 just to check his hand for 2Ks first. But we actually ended up not doing that, which is completely fine. If he counters out of this, be my guest. He did not, so we're going to go ahead and play Perona. Make him trash a card. And there we go. And then we're going to swing 7 again. And put him in a spot where if he does not develop a blocker next turn, he's in a really rough spot. So with that, we have another body we can swing with on board. And he's going to go 8k into that. We'll definitely just give it to him. That is fine with us. And he'll actually go 6 into the Okiku. I think we want a 2k out of this. For 8 Dawn, if I had to guess, he's actually going to play Aramaki. So I think I'm actually going to I'm going to block here. If I'm guessing the Aramaki play, okay, it's actually a Moria, which is also completely fine. He's actually going to play the Arlong. Moria is one of the absolute best cards in this mode, guys. There's no doubt there. However, we're putting him in a spot where with 2 cards in hand, oh, and he's actually going to use Arlong on leader. That's really good for him. But we draw into a blocker, which is fantastic for us. So at this point in time, I think we just go at board, and then we play our blocker. So, or we can put him in a situation where if he doesn't have, because he can't kill us, we have 5 life still. So we're going to put him in a situation where if he can't kill us, which he probably can't because we have a blocker, it's just going to be game next turn. So in that case, let's go 7 to lead. He will take. And then honestly, no, I'm actually going to choose to remove this, which is fine. And then we will play our blocker and pass to him. So not a bad board on his side. If he wants to kill my Okiku, he's just healing me again. There's no situation where you can go for game right now, and if he drops, or if he doesn't drop a blocker this turn, it's just straight up game. So he's definitely in a pickle. There is no doubt there. And genuinely, no matter what he does, if he does not show me a blocker, this is going to be completely game. I don't even think there's an event in the game that gives you 6k anymore, so he's just going to go ahead and swing to the Okiku. I'll give him the free life. No reason to give him our entire hand. He will go 6 into Perona. We'll give him that. Well, we have 6 life, right? We want him to swing a leader at this point. He's going to go ahead and do it, and that is a huge trigger for us. Exactly why we're always going to play these. And he's actually going to play that, and he's going to lock our leader with Arlong again. But unfortunately for him, we have 2 bodies on board, and that is not going to do jack. So, yeah, that is going to be guaranteed lethal. And that is going to be the game. I think showing why I like Kid more than Yamato. Maybe you could say I did draw better than him. He didn't have a fantastic start, and I did get blockers. But if you do get these early blockers, guys, like I did, Yamato isn't as strong as Kid, because now you get towards the late game and this leader really doesn't do as much, I feel. So I would say if you get a lot of blockers, you can safely say I'm going to play Kid and I'm feeling confident in myself and I can win this game. As long as you're playing bodies on curve and playing blockers early, you will be completely fine. And yeah, I think that was a good display of how to build and pilot these decks in pre-release. So I'm going to wish you guys luck. I actually have mine tomorrow morning, so wish me luck. Definitely trying to go for that winter card because I think it's one of the coolest ones yet. But anyways, you guys have a great day. I'm going to head out of here. Peace.